Where do I buy my deals? Everywhere. Every single deal, I'm willing to look at wholesale. So I have a list of wholesalers that send me properties. They don't listen too good because when I tell them 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, 1,800 square feet, they keep putting me on this email list with 3 ones at 1,200. So for me, I just open it up. The majority of deals that I've bought recently are all MLS. 2 reasons why. I don't want to have to deal and convince somebody to sell me their house. I don't want to deal with the fact that wholesalers are daisy chaining. So there's 3 other people that are taking a cut. I will go directly to an MLS listing that has over X period of days on market. And then I will go in and make an offer on that house. Sometimes people want to say no, and then they come back when they realize it's sitting there for 100 days. But I've gotten really good deals on MLS. In our acquisition strategy, you got to understand and learn the financing of a property. If there's one piece of advice that I would give any real estate investor, understand the financing, follow the money. If you understand the financing structure, you understand the difference between the power of leverage, meaning that like a debt service coverage ratio loan, then you can go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to get 75% loan to value on this appraisal for the house, only if it meets the debt service coverage ratio, meaning the market rate rents, and you can find this data out publicly, right? You can go to Zillow and just put in for rent. In the neighborhoods that you're looking at, if it says $2,000 is average market rate rent, there it is. If your mortgage is $1,999, that's a 1-to-1 ratio on the debt service coverage ratio. As long as it's 1 or greater, they will give you full leverage, meaning that a $400,000 appraisal, they will give you 75% of that loan to value. So they'll give you a loan for $300,000. While that seems really simple, right now, current marketplace with interest rates where they are and the lack of home movement, banks are getting really tight. If you're not aware of the macro, what's going on in appraisals, most appraisals are coming in $20,000, $40,000 lower than they were 6 to 8 months ago. Again, I had a student that had a hard money loan. The appraisal was really, really strong. She went to go get her DSCR loan to get out of the hard money loan, and poof, the appraisal came in $40,000 lower, which meant that she would have to bring more money to the table to close. So you have to understand that time and value and money and what's going on in the economy is real. That's why if you're going to spend that much money and leave it in a deal, it may make sense for you to open up your aperture and say, look, maybe I'll buy an existing property, but I better negotiate hard and I better understand what's actually going on. But maybe I'll go buy an existing property that's already cash flowing. So on day one, that first mortgage payment that's due, you have enough revenue from that house that's going to pay your mortgage payment on day one. A lot of different strategies, a lot of different ways to go about it. I personally love a distressed property. I get to control more. I get to control more on the renovation side, and I get to write off more. But that's only because of the position I have from a capital standpoint. If I was starting brand new, I would use hard money and go find what they call alpha, meaning that $100,000 property, $50,000 renovation, $300,000 ARV, meaning that the appraised value after I'm done, $150,000 renovation, it's $300,000. If you're limited to the number of the amount of money that you have, don't limit yourself geographically. Go talk to the investors that are in Jacksonville. Why do they go down there? Because they can buy houses for $60,000 to $80,000 that are 6 or 7 bedrooms. If you're in Baltimore, like we have some students in Baltimore, they're limited by the structure of a row house. So if you're not following the numbers within a row house, then you're going to have a hard time underwriting that property, knowing that you're going to get a max of 5 to 6 people in the house. But you better buy low enough that 5 or 6 people in a house is enough gross income where it makes sense for you to make enough profit. Every market has a housing stock. Every market has the standard house that you're looking for. You can find deals because look at the number of dots that are on the map of pad split. There's plenty of investors out there that are finding good deals. Unfortunately, there's plenty of investors finding bad deals.